In the top stories, Ambassador Donia Francis welcomes Tuvalu's new envoy to Taiwan. Armed violence in Haiti disrupting education for over 240,000 children, and former U.S. President Joe Biden diagnosed with prostate cancer. Welcome to the ZIZ Midday newscast. Today is Monday, the 19th day of May, 2025. I am Jasmine Thomas. Ambassador of St. Kitts and Nevis to the Republic of China, Taiwan, His Excellency Daniel Francis, recently received a courtesy call from Her Excellency Lily Tangitia Fave, the newly appointed ambassador of Tuvalu to Taiwan. During the meeting held on Monday, May 19, the two ambassadors discussed potential areas of cooperation between St. Christopher and Nevis and Tuvalu, recognizing their shared experiences and challenges as small island developing states, ZIZ, and diplomatic allies. The Embassy of St. Christopher and Nevis extended a warm welcome to Ambassador Fave on her arrival in Taiwan and her induction into the diplomatic corps. The importance of teaching responsible financial planning is important to all of us, no matter age or status in society. Recently, the students of the Washington Archibald High School were the beneficiaries of a financial planning lecture, especially since they are at the age to access the government's Aspire Savings Plan for children between the ages of 5 and 18. Kent Fuentes has more on the event.
Start early. You got that? Repeat. Save, smart, start early. Very, very important.
The message from guest lecturer of the Eastern Caribbean Bank, Nigel Williams, to students of the Washington Archibald High School, as he was invited to deliver a message on the importance of financial literacy. School principal Rolene Taylor was impressed by the interaction from her students, adding she wished as a young person she received the message passed on from the facilitators.
I think that this morning's assembly was very successful, and the students were able to participate. It was interactive, and I wish when I was growing up that they had the Aspire program so that I would have been able to make more wiser financial decisions. So I think that this program coming on now would help our youths to make informative financial decisions.
Glenn Tishia Lee, head of the business department of the school, shared that one of the key messages that stood out from the interaction was the importance of starting to save early.
What stuck with me was that you start early. You start saving early, and so when, let's say, they're in first form and second form now, which that was majority of the assembly was based on that, and so by the time they get to third and fourth form and even fifth form, they will have seen the rewards of saving their dollars there. And so yes, I think that I'm pleased with what transpired this morning.
Principals of Accounts and Economics teacher Dahlia Elliott was also happy with the messages that was shared on financial literacy, because the students can now put into practice what they were learning in theory into practical use.
I'm pleased with the program and everything, because when you actually live it, you remember it and you do it well rather than just theoretical knowledge. So having the program on stream and educating the children as the need to save early and how they could benefit from this program, it's a plus for us as teachers, because when we're trying to reach them and encourage them to save, they have that knowledge already and they see how we could benefit them.
For Principal Taylor, importantly, her teachers were also able to learn lessons that can be applied to their financial planning.
Teachers were able to learn, just in case they're not saving, that they could start saving, put something aside, and also to help with their families, So it was a very, very good assembly.
The staff of Washington Archibald High remain grateful for the opportunity their students were able to receive. Kent Fuentes, ZIZ News.
Thanks, Kent. Deputy Commissioner of Police Mr. Cromwell Henry represented the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force at the 39th Annual General Meeting and Conference of the Association of Caribbean Commissioners, of Police, ACCP, held from the 12th to the 16th of May in Georgetown, Guyana. The ACCP, comprising commissioners of police from 25 Caribbean countries, convenes annually to foster regional cooperation, exchange best practices, and chart strategic approaches to modern law enforcement. This year's conference was held under the theme United in Action, Transformed in Purpose, Building an Integrated Caribbean Security Architecture. Discussions focused on pressing issues such as cross-border crime prevention, collaborative training initiatives, and strengthening regional unity in addressing security challenges. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force reaffirmed its commitment to regional collaboration as a key pillar in its law enforcement strategy. Working alongside Caribbean counterparts, continues to enhance the Federation's ability to protect and serve its citizens through strengthened partnerships and shared expertise. In regional news, the United Nations says escalating violence in Haiti has forced the closure of more than 1,600 schools, disrupting education for over 243,000 children, a 60% increase since January. Most closures are in the Quest and Center departments, where schools are being used as shelters or have been relocated under poor conditions. Over 80 schools now house displaced families, and many lack water, sanitation, and basic supplies. The UN warns that children facing rising risks of abuse, exploitation, and gang recruitment. Teachers have also been displaced, and access to schools remains dangerous due to insecurity and damaged roads. Despite the deployment of a Kenyan-led security force, armed groups still control much of Port-au-Prince. The UN is seeking over $61 million for education and aid this year, but less than $6 million has been received so far. And on World Hypertension Day, 17th May, the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, called for urgent action to combat high blood pressure in the Caribbean, where cardiovascular disease remains a leading cause of death. Hypertension affects over 35% of adults in the Americas and often goes undiagnosed in the Caribbean. Strained health systems and high rates of obesity and diabetes worsen the impact. PAHO Director Dr. Habas Barbodas stressed the need for healthier lifestyles and better access to diagnosis and treatment at the primary care level. He warned that many people don't know they have high blood pressure, and only 60% of those treated manage to control it. PAHO's Hearts program, active in 33 countries and over 7,000 clinics, is helping improve detection and treatment across the region. In high-burden countries like Jamaica, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago, it plays a critical role, but gaps remain, especially in rural areas. Barbados urged Caribbean governments to invest more in frontline health care and support public policies that promote healthy living, such as nutrition, labeling, and salt reduction in processed foods. On the international scene, former U.S. President Joe Biden, 82, has been diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer, his office announced on Sunday. The diagnosis followed tests prompted by urinary symptoms, which revealed that the cancer had spread to his bones. His cancer has a Gleason score of 9, indicating an aggressive form, but it is hormone sensitive and considered treatable. Biden and his family are reviewing treatment options. In a post on X, he thanked supporters, writing, "Cancer touches us all. Thank you for lifting us up with love and support." Political figures, including Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, and Barack Obama, offered messages of support. Experts say while metastatic prostate cancer is not curable, it can be managed with hormone-based treatments. And health officials are urging continued vigilance against the H5N1 bird flu, even as the number of reported human cases in the U.S. has stalled, raising questions among public health experts. Expectations have been detected in 70 people over the past 14 months, mostly among dairy and poultry farm workers, while most cases were mild. One person died. The last confirmed human cases were reported in early February in Nevada, Ohio, and Wyoming. Experts are now questioning the sudden stop in reported infections. Some point to potential government cutbacks in disease surveillance, while others suggest immigrant farm workers may fear coming forward due to immigration enforcement policies. The H5N1 virus continues to spread widely among birds, poultry, and livestock globally, keeping health officials on alert despite the unexplained decline in reported human cases. And now for a look at the weather. Present weather is cloudy with slight dust haze. Winds are gentle from the east-northeast at 10 miles per hour. Seas are 1.2 to 1.5 meters or 4 to 5 feet. The weather forecast for today predicts partly cloudy skies with a 60% or moderate chance of showers. Tonight is expected to be partly cloudy with a 40% or moderate chance of showers. Sunset today will be at 6:37, while sunrise tomorrow morning will be at around 5:37. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. Grace be to you and peace be multiplied from God our Father.